I feel like Christ.
It's like you have a hole in your hand?
Yeah. That shit hurt.
Yeah. I was looking up something about that the other day. I was like, do they know who made the cross? Imagine being the guy who like made the cross that they like used to kill Jesus.
Yeah. They probably knew him. He was a carpenter.
Yeah. Like he was in the industry.
Yeah.
His rival.
You're right.
Like, I'll make it.
Oh yeah. Do you need a guy to make a cross? Yeah. Yeah, that would suck if it was your homie though. It's like, oh fuck, that was for Jesus. Jesus got my cross. You know?
They're like, make it. You better make it.
Yeah.
But yeah, historically nobody knows. I thought it was weird that no one knew because there's like so many random people that were like kind of related to the Bible who like become historic icons.
Yeah.
By just being like around.
Right. Yeah. I know, just got name dropped in the story, and now they're like, you know. Yeah. Labor, bro. No one cares about labor. Yeah, it's fucking sturdy ass cross, but dude can hang from it too, you know?
Right.
Dude.
Finest crosses you can get.
Yeah, this cross fucking crucify Jesus Christ. Yeah, you know, that's funny, a salesman.
Yeah. He's like,
you guys need crosses?
This is the same cross that killed the leader of the free world.
Yeah, the Son of God, ever hear of him?
Probably happened because the guy got nailed in one of these bad boys.
He like knocks on it.
This thing's solid as a rock.
Yeah. Not that fucking Rocky moved 3 days later. This would never do that. This would never do that.
Hell no.
Yeah.
He had to go crying back to heaven after he got nailed to this thing.
He was like, oh, look at what happened to my hand. That would suck, the way to die there.
Yeah, that's
Crucified.
a brutal way to die, dude. Just getting hung on a stick is the craziest thing.
Getting hung on a stick?
Yeah, bro, getting nailed to a piece of wood is fucking
God.
brutal.
In the middle of town and shit, dude.
I don't even think they were in the middle of town, right? They were like on a hill. They were like, you could see them on the hillside.
No, that's funny too.
Cooking.
That's pretty funny too.
Crazy.
Yeah, being publicly executed, dude.
Yeah, those are some wild times that just ended recently.
Yeah.
Well, actually.
Well, you know. Yeah.
No, but like a sanctioned like city ran.
People go watch it, you know.
Like when they used to do hangings or like when they would do the guillotine.
Yeah, the guillotine. Like when Mussolini died, they hung him from like a lamp post in the street. Yeah.
See, but that's like more brutal. I was talking about like when they would have like the platform with the crank, like the handle, like there was like someone built a thing made to hang people.
Yeah. Officially, they're like, this is the most efficient way to do it. Yeah,
it's official.
Yeah. I read this like a Hemingway book where I forget what it's one about Spain, and like once they take over the city, the rebels take over the city, they line up like all the officials from the old city, like the landowners, the you know like the landlords and shit, the priests, they're all in this church, and all like the rebels and like the anarchists are outside, and they like end up walking them out, and they line up in like a line. And as the priests and all the landowners walk out, they're just like beating their ass, and they like walk down this line, like this single line of 2 people lined up, just beating the fuck out of them, and then they throw them off this cliff at the end of the line. Yeah.
Getting thrown off the cliff, that's pretty brutal.
That would suck.
That would suck. Yeah. It would just suck to be like a person that everyone hates and then die in pain.
Yeah, right. Yeah, disgraced too because you were like the most powerful, and then now you're. Because that's the idea is that like every person in the city felt that they had the right to physically fight this guy. So they all came by and beat the shit out of him
Right.
before they threw him off a cliff, you know?
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, man, you do something bad enough, bro. You know, you make everyone hate you.
You did
you
this.
made everyone hate you.
You can't be making everyone hate you.
Have you seen Year One?
No.
Dude, there's a great scene in Year One with Bill Hader. It's like in the very beginning. They're like, do you know what the premise of it? Oh, dude,
I think I have heard of this movie.
it's like
before.
Jack Black and Michael Cera.
Yeah, yeah,
and they're
yeah.
like, it's like they're like regular bros, but
Yeah.
it's like set in like biblical times.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like going kind of like an Odyssey-ish thing where they like come across all these different people who are like figures from the Bible or from like that period of time.
Yeah.
And some of the situations are so funny. But when it first starts, they're like in like a hunter-gatherer tribe, and they go and find the forbidden fruit, and they like bite the forbidden fruit, and they get banished from their tribe. And the tribe is like the like guy who does it like is Bill Hader, and he's like dressed all crazy and like has like the bone in his nose and like face paint and like all this shit, and he's like, you bit the fruit, man. He's like, it's the one thing you're not supposed to do. He's like, my hands are tied. Like, he's like, dude, I don't know. It's called forbidden.
Right.
But he's just talking like that. They talk like that in the movie, and it's so funny. It's so fucking good.
Yeah. Like looking back, that is like the best way to like, you know, to look at it. Be like, yo, you fucked up, dude. You know, you gonna die now. Like that's,
oh God, man, Jesus.
You know, yeah, that is the capital punishment debate. Like, the PDF files. Like, you lost, dude. You ended.
I mean, that's the thing, bro. You do something crazy, bro. That's how I got into the like 2-hour debate the other day with bro, and it was like he believes in reform. Yeah. And I was like, there's some things that I'm just like not willing to put that reform into. You know what I mean? Like those resources could go elsewhere. Right. And I kept using the example of someone eating a baby.
Yeah, right.
I was like, you ate a baby. Yeah. Like that is crazy. That's insanity. Yeah. That's insanity. I was talking to my other homie about that too. I was like, what would you do if you found out one of the homies like ate people? Yeah. Would you still be their homie? Yeah, right. Yeah, would you do anything about it? I don't know, probably, because you have to like kill people, you know? Yeah. But then what if they're just sourcing their meat? And they're into human meat. I heard that's real. I know it's real. There's a movie called Flesh or Fresh or something like that, and the dude like he kills people, but then he like freezes the meat, like he cuts them like a game pretty much, and then stores their fat, stores their crazy. No, I don't know. I actually don't know if that's real. I know that's real. I said it so confidently. Actually, I know it sounds like you had personal knowledge. Yeah, you made a face and it made me feel weird. I'm sorry. No, I actually don't know that that's real. I just want to say that. I was like, well, he was the Christian, I guess. Yeah, they do eat the flesh. They eat the flesh, yeah. Which is interesting. Symbolic. Yeah, symbolism. Cannibalism. Symbolistically, no, but I do like the eating the baby thing, because it's like, just as a thought experiment, if someone ate a baby, do they deserve to die? It's like, I think so. I think so. To me, yeah. Like, if you found someone eating a baby, first of all, like, I'm gonna recoil in horror. Yeah. Like, what, dude? Right. This is beyond. This is demon. That might make me Christian. Yeah. Might make me Christian saying some shit like that, bro. Like, this fool was eating a baby. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're like, you know what this person needs? Rehab. You know? Rehab? Yeah, exactly. Like, no. They're like, hold on, I can fix you. I can fix him. Yeah. I don't know, man. Anybody who's willing to take a bite of a child is past fixing. It's past fixing. You can't do it. Like, so that, like, if that exists, and then there is some people that deserve to, be, Yeah. If there's people eating babies, then you gotta go. You gotta go. I just think that there's the other half of it's a little bit more like cold, I guess. I'm like, there's too many people and not enough resources for everyone.
Yeah.
For you to be eating kids.
Yeah.
And be like, I'm fine. I'm gonna be alive.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll have eggs.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'll have the eggs, actually. You have to feed me, it says.
No, dude, no.
Yeah.
You're gonzo. That's
Yeah.
if you eat one baby, that should be automatic 3 strikes.
Yeah, 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 and I feel like it is,
I think so,
but
yeah.
you know, it should be capital, you know what I mean?
It's done.
Whatever
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck,
Removed.
You know, I you know, this is because I'm not a huge, I'm not no fan of prison or police.
No,
you know
me
what I mean?
either.
But I think those are different. You know what I mean? Like
For sure.
like.
For sure. I think that there should still be a situation for heinous acts.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, someone has like those.
Most of the people in jail are in there for stupid shit.
Yeah, exactly.
They should not be in there.
Yeah,
for.
yeah. And most of them are economic crimes.
Yeah, or like drug crimes.
Yeah, which is a crime of the soul.
Yeah.
You know, a problem of the soul.
Right. I don't think those people should be in jail for that. I think you should be in jail for like murder, rape,
Yeah,
especially like repeat offenders of violent acts.
yeah,
Like
yeah. You can't
you
be
can't be beating people up all the
Yeah,
time.
you can't be violent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Right.
To me, I just think about it societally.
Yeah.
Like that I'm like we should be like trying to make everyone better, right?
Right.
And like if you're like refusing to reform on some regular shit.
Yeah, yeah. Right. Yeah, it's like you get as many parking tickets as you want. Don't
Yeah.
eat a baby.
Don't eat a baby.
Don't even, you know what?
Yeah.
You know, there's
We're
like
fine with
level.
the parking tickets.
Yeah, everyone gets parking
Dude,
tickets.
I love parking tickets.
I eat
I
them.
love
I
that you
eat
get
them for
parking
breakfast.
Eat your parking tickets.
And we applaud you. We will applaud you.
No, don't eat babies.
No, you can't eat it. Baby. Yeah. Yeah, it's always weird. It's always weird when someone eats a
someone's trying
baby.
to eat a baby.
You come home, your roommate.
Yeah, it's like, what are you, a black bear?
Yeah, yeah. What are you, a young dog mother?
Wait, maybe it's natural.
Hold
on.
No, you have to give birth to it. You have to give birth.
Yeah,
The mom
that's
could
true.
eat her
That's
baby.
true, that's
Yeah,
true.
you know what?
Actually, no. No.
I'm kind of turning around on this. If you just gave,
Easily swayed.
easily swayed.
Oh, no. I'm going to be mad at that lady.
Yeah.
You did what with the what?
You did what with your what?
I ate him.
I ate him.
I ate him.
You know what? I just did. He didn't look strong.
He didn't look strong,
He
so I ate
didn't
him.
look strong. A little weird looking.
The fuck? What are you, Zeus?
Yeah. Well, Zeus did. Oh, did Zeus kill? Who put
Zeus
the?
ate his wife.
Oh, yeah, his
Something like
wife.
that, yeah.
Because Zeus put the Dionysius, the father of wine and partying and shit. He was born of Zeus's like calf because like he like had a affair with a lady, obviously Zeus, and then his wife like found out and like killed the baby, and he like picked up the scraps of the baby and like put them in his leg, and then he grew the baby out of his leg, and that baby became the Dionysius or whatever.
These Greeks believed anything.
Right. Yeah. These Greeks, dude. It is a cute story, I guess, you know?
Yeah. Some of their stories are wild. I
Yeah.
like how gothic some of them get. They're like
Yeah.
very like dark.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
shit's pretty nuts.
Yeah. That was their like Marvel universe, you know? That was their like
The original Marvel
yeah, the
universe.
Greek gods, dude.
Yeah, there's this. There's like Titans and stuff like that, and like
Yeah.
there's this one that I learned about from God of War playing the video game. But he's like damned to crawl the desert forever, and he just like has like cities on his back. Like I don't know, it's weird. It's like it's just like this rock person crawling
Yeah.
eternity for eternity.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's probably some fucking ancient hatred of Northern Africa. You know what I mean? There's this big guy that crawls on his hands and knees and shit. He lives in the desert.
I gotta look at what it's called, what it's actually called. I can't remember. But the image of it always used to trip me the fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to see that. I used to love Greek mythology as a kid.
Yeah.
That shit used to be so cool to me.
No, it for sure is cool. It's the first alternative thing you learn about, you know?
Yeah, that's true. 'Cause everyone learns God.
Yeah, you just learn about religion.
Right. Yeah, then it's like
But then you're like, these people used to believe in some other crazy stuff.
Yeah. They used to think the trees sang songs and shit.
I actually do think it's weird that they teach us about them, though. Like, there's this weird obsession with America and Greek stuff.
Yeah.
Like, are you laughing like...
Well,
yeah, you simpleton.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh like that.
Yeah,
well, like
obviously.
Well, like that's like the whole thing. Like the Greeks invented fucking democracy, and you know.
Oh, is that one of the things too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was saying. I was like, there's so much symbolism from America that is like ancient Greek stuff.
Yeah.
That I'm like
think about the fucking. The buildings and shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Columns.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. All that stuff. Even the Freemasons, like their whole thing was like about all the same stuff. So I don't know. It just kind of tripped me out, like about how much history gets skipped. In that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that was like what we were talking about earlier about like the battle between like the Middle East and Rome and Greece, like the West.
Right.
Like it's like ancient struggles. Like they consider the Iraq War like the 13th Crusade or something. Like, you know, like the Western world re-invading again the places they invaded for thousands of years, you know?
That's true. That's crazy.
You know, so like them picking up like Greek symbols, it definitely has some sort of deep connection to imperial past, you know, the struggle between that, because it is a Protestant Christian nation, you know, and that's like completely against, you know, the Middle East and North Africa,
which is so weird.
Yeah,
I wish we had enough history to like get to the root of all that.
Yeah, that's what there was like in Egypt, in like some like the 18th dynasty in Egypt or something. They had a big like convenience culture. So like they would have limestone tablets, and you write like a grocery list, and a boy will run to the grocery and bring you back shit.
Okay.
So they have like all these documents from that time in Egypt, and they knew like their love letters. They knew what they ate. They knew like how the economy was. There was all this documentation of their lives and stuff. And we know more about them in the 18th dynasty of Egypt than we do of like the Western, the people that came out west in like the 1800s, because they didn't keep any documents. They didn't write nothing down. So like we know more about, and it goes back to documentation. Like if you document it and the information survives, that's, you know, you'll be known forever, you know.
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't, if someone destroys it, then you're forgotten forever.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It literally was almost as simple as literally just writing things down.
Yeah.
And like, I think there's like studies about it. I can't quote anything, but I'm pretty sure I remember hearing something that there's like a thing in your brain that like when you read information, you believe it more. Yeah. Or like you're like, this look.
Right.
You know, you're like, it's right here. It's all written right here in this pamphlet.
I can feel this.
Yeah. Well, you're saying all these things to me, and this is written down.
Yeah, right. So,
told you.
Yeah.
It says it right here.
Yeah, someone had to make this.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that.
So, I don't know. That kind of like makes things like that trippy to me. It was like the worst. That's how the worst people get remembered. You know what I mean?
Right,
they just write their shit down.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's why burning a library or removing that information is fucking powerful as shit.
Yeah.
For like someone trying to take over a country or like erase someone, you know? They burn their art, they burn their fucking...
Yeah. Absolutely.
which is scary.
It is scary. Like the symbol of burning a book, like what that means,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
is pretty like
And it was
intense.
pretty popular
Yeah,
around these
absolutely.
parts.
Absolutely. Dude, it is funny like when the Christians burn, well, it like the Library of Alexandria burned like 3 times.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like Alexander the Great did it once and shit, and then like later, and like the Romans did it. But they were just like, we don't care anymore. We're just worried about the afterlife. That we don't give a fuck about none of this shit.
Damn it.
We're just trying to live pure for the afterlife, and it's like we're inventing machines, you know, like
Yeah.
you know.
No, man, recording is important.
Yeah, recording is important.
Yeah, that's why I like doing these things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, documenting this is how you remember things.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, at a certain point, like especially like I seen the Bob Dylan movie recently, and it was a good movie. You know, it's like a classic rock star movie. You know, biopic shit. But like when it ended, like my first feeling was like, all right, that's how he is. That's how he'll be forever now.
Yeah,
you know, like that's Bob Dylan.
That's the new Bob Dylan.
That's Bob Dylan.
That's true.
You know, like
Flanderization.
What does that mean?
That's like a character. It's a thing from Flanders, Ned Flanders. from
Yeah,
Simpsons.
yeah.
Like over time, a character or like a symbol of a character will get exaggerated and become exaggeration of itself.
Oh yeah.
It's called Flanderization.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and like that's the kind of stuff that happens with like pop figures and icons.
Yeah.
They just like get big fish storied into a like hyper version of themselves.
Yeah, like James Dean or whoever.
Stevana.
Yeah. It just starts
becoming more
Super Saiyan.
Yeah,
Super Saiyan Stevana.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's interesting.
Jesus, absolutely, a perfect example of that. Yeah, and like there's just these people exist, and then they either die or they're close to death, and then you make this piece of thing, and that thing is how everyone will remember them because it's easier.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's not like meme exactly. Like like it's information that you can understand. It's boiled down. It's transferable.
Yeah,
you know, like to understand the man Bob Dylan, only maybe 200 people have ever got the chance.
Yeah, maybe.
You know. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, biopic like hero worship as a concept is very weird. You know.
Iconoclastic.
Yeah.
What do they call that? What's the word for it? I can't remember.
Iconography. Something like that.
But also, it's cool to be cool.
It is cool to be cool, and it's cool to like.
I mean,
love.
Yeah,
you know, it's cool.
But also, like folklore is like a part of human learning too, right? Like,
yeah,
that's how we would like learn shit.
Yeah.
That's like what Greek mythology is, right? They're like putting morals into all these weird stories.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, like a lot of like fucking, what do you call that? Oral tradition. That's what oral tradition is. You know.
Yeah, that used to trip me out about like the Bible and like that the first like the Bible was orally spoken originally.
Right, for years
and years.
Yeah.
Psalms was a song. It's a song.
Yeah.
They used to sing it.
Yeah.
That tripped me out about like some of those African tribes about like how they would use songs to navigate.
Yeah.
And they like, once we're done singing the song, will we like go left?
Dang, that's awesome. That's so funny. Dang, that's so funny. Yeah. I'm sure African knowledge is crazy, dude. I until like 5 years ago, I never put together that Egypt was in Africa.
That's the kind of stuff that trips me out. That's like the stuff that I think media.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it fucks with your head.
Yeah, and school history.
Yeah.
I loved history my whole life, you know. And then it's like, now I'm barely figuring out, putting together that North Africa is Egypt.
Yeah.
You know, like the great power that is Egypt is
yeah.
Africa.
Yeah,
No one
yeah,
ever
yeah.
decided to tell me that.
Well, you know, that's part of the like racist shit.
Yeah,
of them
absolutely.
being like, yeah, this thing's super great, but it's not the same people as the other people.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why we love
But
Alex.
also, it kind of wasn't, right?
What?
Like, it's in Africa, but
Yeah, well, like it's
like,
different
it's
than like the
thousands
coast
of years.
Well, Africa is huge.
yeah, but
too,
I mean,
yeah.
like, the people who were there weren't the
Yeah.
same people.
Yeah, well, they all came from like Sumer, like the Arab Peninsula, and they've all like exploded from there. Like civilization, though, not like people. People like the.
I'm always that shit trips me out. Like, how old are people really?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, like, how long has this really been going on?
Yeah,
Because like, if we lost information and had to restart, then like,
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And just people as a species, like civilization, the start of civilization, like it's disputed. Like some people give it to Sumer because they invented writing,
Right.
but some people give it to Egypt because they invented government.
okay,
So it's like what came first, like.
right.
Like the guy I was just to the professor, he argues that government came first because the government sanctioned the writing to keep track of government and economy.
That's interesting. I always thought the first thing was like irrigation and like farming.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. Well, I like as like a structure of what classifies a civilization.
Yeah, like people were like a society where they were like they started growing shit.
Yeah.
I think it was the Sumerians.
Yeah.
They're first to do irrigation.
And irrigation. Yeah, dude. There's videos of how they used to like pretty much dig trenches. Like they recreate it now.
They're like, this is how you dig a trench.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Everybody.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I imagine the first time big people gathered in big groups is when they started planting stuff, for sure. But that was just what they were saying of like when like, I guess, the idea of what civilization starts of like an organized group of people. Like he was pointing to either writing or government, you know.
That's interesting. Where are we at? It's probably stopped recording up there.
That's a good one for here, though.
No, it hasn't. But yeah, that is a good one.